This video is going to be called Carrot and Stick. I need to just explain what carrot and stick is, just in case you don't know. Carrot and stick, this is quite funny actually, guys, because I asked my children to get me a stick, and one child got me this stick, this rather nice bamboo thing with the shitty end. Another one of my children got me this weird and wonderful witchy looking thing, and then I got a lolly stick as well, blue. And obviously I knew where the carrot was. It was in the fridge. So carrot and stick. Imagine you've got a really stubborn donkey, a bit like my wife. I'm probably gonna have to cut that out. I might keep it in. She knows I love her. Yeah, so you get the carrot and you say to the donkey, please move, and you show it the carrot, and what happens is hopefully the donkey goes, oh, I like a carrot, and it moves for you. So you're basically, offering someone a carrot for them to sort of, do what you want. Other than that, they get stick. Now the trouble is, if you give them stick and they don't move, carrot isn't quite as attractive. So always go in with carrot before stick. Sorry to over explain that one. Now you had the case of the 64-year-old race relations guy. It happened last January, I think, but this the copper tasered the fella in the face. Not Bristol Old Bill's best moment really. And what happened was, it turned out that he wasn't the guy they thought he was. Now this 64-year-old guy is a race relations guy, so he works with the Old Bill a lot. You can't say that he's anti-Old Bill, and while we're at it, I'm not anti-Old Bill either. I do believe that police, we do need police. There is a time and a place for police. We need them. We just don't need the corrupt ones. We don't need the power-hungry ones. We don't need the ones that are too intent on serving a corrupt system and stuff. Good old-fashioned, decent, moral bobbies is what we need. And that most coppers, I'm saying most coppers are, there's a hell of a lot of coppers out there that want to make the world a better place, and they should be applauded for that and should be helped to do that. Trouble is, if they're taking orders from, how can we put it, less moral commanding officers, then that might be where the problem is. So you've got this 64-year-old race relations guy. And I've watched a lot of the videos. I've read quite a lot of the articles, and from what I could see, he wasn't rude. They was a bit abrupt with him. They demanded to know who he was, demanded his identification. He got a little bit annoyed that they were telling him that he must give them his ID and stuff like that. And the guy obviously knows his law a little bit, and that was where the problem started. Now, what I was going to say, the point of this video. And I know that the Old Bill haven't got a lot of time. I know that they've not got bundles of resources now to sort of spend loads of time with people and stuff. But I just feel that the whole situation could have been dealt with a little bit better. Now, most of the coppers that you meet will try and be are usually a tiny bit bolshy. They come across a bit authoritarian. Yeah, they come across a bit like that, and the reason they come across like that is because most of the public they deal with are rude to them. So the public are usually rude to the coppers are usually abrupt with the public, and we end up thinking that we're enemies when we're actually on the same side. We just don't realise it. The police have been demonised to the public by the establishment, and the establishment are telling the police that all the public hate them, and a lot of the public don't like the Old Bill. The Old Bill have been used to sort of go for the soft targets, the motorists and stuff like that, and just little things like the way that the Old Bill dress now. It's like they've got the body proof, the stab proof body things and stuff like that. And I'm not saying they don't need them, but as an ex-security professional, the thing that you learn is that if someone knows you've got a bullet or stab proof vest on, they'll shoot you or stab you in the face or the neck. So by having a visible sort of stab-proof vest on, you can probably bet that someone's going to go for your throat, your face, or your eyes, or something stupid like that if they really want to get you. So it is there for intimidation, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of the time, it might stop the occasional knife, spanner, stuff like that, but it comes across very, very paramilitary to me. So, and the old Bill were a lot more approachable when they didn't have, the full black kit on, looking like some sort of SWAT man, So, right, let's just read from my notes, guys. So, I just wonder if the sergeant, the lady sergeant, if she had have been a little bit politer. I mean, my personal thoughts I would have started with, excuse me, do I know you? You look really, really familiar. Now, if the guy would have run at that, you could probably have guaranteed that he was that wanted man, and you take chase and you get him. 64-year-old guy shouldn't be a very good runner compared to a sort of like a beat Bobby. If he'd have turned around and said, no, I don't know you, then you could start a conversation. Oh, you look so familiar to me. I'm sure, and like I keep saying, this guy can't be that anti-police, and he can't have been that sort of rude, because being a race relations advisor to the police, he's got to be a polite guy to coppers. They wouldn't have him as a race relations guy if he was at all narky with them. So you can guarantee that a nice sergeant walking up saying, "Hello, mate, do I know you from somewhere?" would have got a decent reply. If he had turned around and said, "Yeah, I'm your local race relations guy," she could have gone, "Oh, yeah, that's probably where I know you from. Did you do a video with Dame Helen Mirren a couple of weeks ago?" And if he was a criminal, he'd have probably gone, "Yeah, that's right, that's where you see me, bye," and walked off, and then she would have known. But, and if it were, obviously, then if he'd have gone, "What are you talking about? A video with Dame Helen Mirren?" Then she'd have gone, "I just had to check. There's a guy who looks really, really like you, and I'm really sorry," and stuff like that. And they could have shaken hands, and, it could have all worked out. But I think what's happened is I think that this lady sergeant has gone in a little bit heavy-handed verbally. She's come in, she's gone, "Excuse me, I need to see your ID." And instantly you're thinking, hang on a minute, that's a bit rude. You're not explaining yourself. You're trying to sort of like, stamp your authority all over me. And he probably hadn't had it. So, she might not have had the time to sort of like have too many pleasantries and stuff like that. But she's wasted a lot of time now, hasn't she? So, just going back to my notes, the majority of coppers haven't joined up to make the world a worse place. If we allow G4S in, these security goons that aren't as good as coppers, they will ruin it. They are, a lot of them have joined on for the authority thing, so that's something we don't want. Try and treat folks as you find them. Not every copper is a pig. What you find is that if you treat someone with a bit of respect, with a bit of decency, politely, they'll hopefully treat you the same way. And if they don't, you can always revert to type, or you can take one step above them and you can actually treat their ignorance with kindness. You can just carry on being kind but assertive and show them how small-minded they've been by thinking that you're going to bite and that you're going to be ignorant. Can't remember who said it. I think it's someone like Mark Twain, or I think it's an American president, something like that. Mark Twain, one of them, Huckleberry Finn, I can't remember. But the easiest way to make a friend, to beat your enemy, is to make them your friend. Just be kind. Just be kind to everyone. You just got to hope that you can get through to the best side of someone. Guys, thanks for listening. Bye.